All right, Joe, quick trade recap for the day. Today should have absolutely been a no trade day. I don't even know what I was thinking. It was like one of those trades, bro. It's like after you take it, you're like, bro, why did I take that, bro? Why did I take that? So I didn't even have a bias for the day, bro. That was low key the first red flag. I didn't even have a directional bias. I did on the 1 hour time frame kind of feel like these lows were going to get hit. So this is Asia and London relative equal lows. I felt like that was actually a pretty high probability target, so I was looking to go short. So I guess you could argue I did have a bias, but when it comes to like the bias for the day, I had no idea. But I did feel decently confident that those lows could get taken out. So I was looking for like some type of opportunity to take advantage of that lower run that we never even got, but it is what it is. So I was looking for some type of gap or some type of PD rate I could get in. And so this one right here was my target. Excuse me, not my target. It was like my point of interest to be looking for an entry. So not only did we create this 10-minute fair value gap, but we also inversed this bullish one right here. Right. So I was low-key thinking that, we're definitely going down. We got these relative equal lows down here, session lows as well. This just makes a lot of sense to me. So we inverse this gap, create this new one. I'm looking for an entry inside of that 10-minute gap. And I guess low key, it wasn't the worst trade in the world, but I think it was more so just market conditions were bad. So look, where was my entry, bro? Right here. And you can obviously see already what happened, but this right here was the retest of the 10-minute time frame fair value gap, and then we did very, very mildly, but we did take out this high, so it was kind of an internal sweep inside of this PD array. So good enough for me to take. We displaced down, changing the state, and we also had this SMT right here. All right, we had it with ES. Where is it? Right here. Did I just place a limit order, bro? I don't even know how I did that. All right, so that was that. Yo, who's doing this, brother? All right, whatever. We get all of that. We displace, create this imbalance. That was my entry on the 1 minute time frame. Stop loss was crazy, bro. Look, it was a little tight, I'm not gonna lie, but it's because I kind of wanted to get the 2R coming down to these lows. And actually, I do think I originally had it on the wick. Like I moved it down to the something like that. I think I moved it down to the body or something. I don't know. But point is, we get filled and then immediately disrespect my entry. So that's not a good sign. But we completely respect it again. So at this point, I don't know what's going on. We're still kind of consolidating, kind of respecting it now, but then we just disrespect it again. So right here, I'm low-key not even trying to be in the trade anymore, but again, trying to just be better at just holding. Just, I accepted the risk going in, just let it do its thing. Don't exit just because it's not looking good. So that's kind of what I've been trying to remind myself lately. So I just let the trade rock out, and I forget, I think it played around a little bit more. Oh no, I got smacked. Yeah, and that was, that's pretty much all it was. So in hindsight, the actual trade itself, I don't think was horrible. I think the main problem was, for one, I was too zoomed in, right? And this is something that I've kind of learned recently that I kind of wish I implemented today. When price is very, I don't know what the word would be, but it's very spiky, I guess. Like there's a lot of wicks everywhere, right? It's not the cleanest price action. That lets me know that I'm probably too low of a time frame for the current market conditions. So for example, if I were to zoom out right now, right, let's go to the 5 minute. You can see that the candles generally look a lot healthier. They're kind of less spiky. There's more body closures, I guess. They're not as many like long ass wicks. So, and actually, like even still right here is not really, it's not ideal. I don't like these market conditions at all. So 10-minute maybe. Yeah, so like these look a lot better, right? Low volume candles, but this is also London session, which is a little bit less volatile. 15-minute time frame. See, you can just see how these candles start to look a little bit more normal now, right? Versus 1 minute time frame. If we're seeing, hello, If we're seeing all this, bro, it's like that's some pretty garbage conditions. So the entry itself, I think, was okay. But if we're having this much consolidation and this many candle spikes, my mistake was taking a manipulation. Wow, I had a whole seizure trying to say that. My mistake was taking a manipulation that was this small. If price is going to manipulate this much, I'm sorry, consolidate this much, I'd rather see something like this, right? Come down like that, get an entry, and then boom. Like this would be a way better fake out than this little tiny ass wick, which in the grand scheme of things isn't much. So yes, that wick did test the 10-minute, but you can see, and actually funny enough, I think it's playing out right now. Like what I'm trying to tell you right now, I think that's going on as we speak. Yeah, exactly. So this would have been a much better fake out to be looking at. So instead of, I mean, you could still use the 10-minute, but like this 15-minute, for example, right here, comes back up, retests this massive 15-minute in not inversion, 15-minute imbalance, and now we're displacing down on a higher time frame. So this would have been a much higher quality trade. I mean, literally speaking, like if we're talking about just market structure, we're not talking about, you know, time of the day, because I would never take a trade right now. This is outside my hours, but this would have been the best entry probably to get in. Now your risk wouldn't have been phenomenal because you can still get like a 1 to 22.9. Or if you want to be a little bit more risky, you set your stop loss there, go for like a 2R. This right here would have been the entry. Excuse me, sir. This would have been the entry off what, the 5-minute. So, you know, this is probably going to play out right here. Obviously, I'm not trading at, you know, 11:30. But that was just kind of the lesson. Zoom out a little bit more and just, you know, be more patient, bro. I genuinely did not need to take a trade today at all. I genuinely did not need to take a trade today at all. I should have been break even today, but it is what it is. That was a trade. Hopefully, y'all learned something from it. I got a lesson from it, which is always great. Every time I take a loss, I learn something. Every time I take a win, I actually rarely learn something. So, pros and cons. Do you want money or do you want lessons? You know, that's how I look at it. So, I'm gonna call it a video here. That's about all I have to contribute to this video. I'm gonna start being a little bit more consistent, posting these trade recaps, and then also just other videos in general. Kind of, I don't know, just be more consistent posting. You feel me? But yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.